Mr. Defendant was approaching behind me.
Record to reflect, we've had a bench conference in the case, and there was a bond violation court counsel. And we don't need to go through on the record. There were certain things that were explained. I've explained to counsel I'm going to want certain testing results from a SoberLink unit, as well as we're going to check into an environmental contaminant test from community corrections because of what it may be the nature of what looks like a tamper. Hopefully we can get that all accomplished, and I will adjourn the probable cause in this matter to September 5th. All right. Okay. And the record should reflect, just to briefly set it out, that while we were waiting for the courtroom change, I had a bench conference with counsel, and given those discussions, Mr. Heenan was, prior to calling his case, sent over to community corrections to obtain a scram tether and also to take a full panel drug test. Went over, did that, came back a 0.10 on a PBT, could not have the scram tether put on because of that. And also came back in terms of his drug testing with a possible dilution in terms of the creatinine level. Came back positive for benzos, and came back for positives on benzos. Sir, you take Zoloft?
I do, sir.
All right. How long have you had that prescription?
Just started last night. I've taken it before, but I was in jail for 6 days, so I had to stop. And so then I started again. Sorry. The new script is from 2 days ago. Sorry.
Hold on. You got a prescription for Zoloft 2 days ago?
Yes, Your Honor. I did. So rehab, I was in treatment, and they gave me a packet of Zoloft. So I've been using that, but I needed more. So I called my primary care doctor, and he prescribed, I think, 30.
Okay, you had that prescription filled.
Yes, Your Honor. And
so,
delivered.
Hold on. I just need to back up for a moment because I'm trying to find out where you are right now and have a greater understanding. You were in rehab. When did you get out of rehab?
May 12th, I believe.
Okay. And when you got out of rehab, you had Zoloft.
Yes, they send you home with a 30-day supply.
And so at some point, then you ran out.
No, I still have some, but I needed to call my doctor anyway and tell him about this. And so I asked for a refill.
Okay. All right. Where were you in treatment?
West Palm Beach, and it's called Hanley. It's a very good treatment center.
To what?
A very, very good treatment center.
Buckle up, guys. Today we are going to witness a courtroom unraveling full of tension, choices, and consequences. The judge opens by explaining a bond violation and shares testing results that immediately raise the stakes. Mr. Hennon's background in rehab and his new prescription are introduced, giving insight into his personal struggle. The dialogue captures the clash between his intentions and the legal system's demands. Every word here foreshadows the challenges he will face. The audience instantly understands the gravity of the situation. This opening scene sets a tone of suspense, accountability, and human vulnerability. The tension is subtle but builds anticipation for what comes next.
How long were you there?
I was originally 30 days, but I extended to 45 voluntarily.
Was there aftercare that was to follow that?
There was. So I have a therapist. The University of Michigan IOP can't take me for 6 months because I missed
Okay.
an appointment, and that's
Because you missed an appointment with them?
yes, and that's their policy.
Yeah. So since you missed that, have you been doing anything? Because you were supposed to go and do intensive outpatient,
Yes,
right? So at the point that you're supposed to go into intensive outpatient, you find out that you can't get in at U of M. What do you do?
so I have SoberLink, and my kids have a GAL. So I'm required to do multiple AA meetings a day.
Okay, but I get that. But in terms of an IOP, I mean, sorry. But go ahead if you want to try.
If the answer is not taken, then it is. Oh, I've reached out to Brighton. They have an IOP program. It's on Zoom now, and I think
you get enrolled.
I can.
Well, no. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. All right. And so I'm asking you these questions for a reason. I'm not asking you to try to trick you into anything. I'm just trying to figure out, like I said, where you are.
Sure.
So you get out of treatment. Part of the aftercare on the treatment program that you're in is that you were supposed to get yourself into an IOP, right?
Your Honor, that was part of the condition. Also, the SoberLink and one AA meeting a day.
Hold on. On whose condition?
Oh, the treatment center's recommendation.
Okay. You got me a little bit lost here. You go into the treatment center in Florida. You come out. They're basically, upon discharging you or releasing you from that, they're putting into place or give you a plan, an aftercare plan, right?
Yep.
Part of that aftercare plan was you were to get yourself into intensive outpatient treatment.
Yes, sir.
Right? Their recommendation was something here local at University of Michigan, right?
Yes, sir.
You were supposed to call them, but missed that somehow and or another. And then, as per their policy, you can't get in for a while.
6 months.
Right. After all that happens, what do you do instead of, I don't want to put it that way. What do you then do? Nothing? You didn't get yourself into any type of treatment program. Is that right?
I found a therapist, and no, I did not find an IOP.
Okay. Let me just ask you.
Hey, the tension rises as the judge questions Mr. Hennon about his post-rehab actions. He missed the intensive outpatient program and relied instead on AA and SoberLink, thinking he was doing enough. The judge methodically exposes gaps between his plan and what was actually required, forcing both Hennon and the audience to confront the consequences of neglecting structure. The suspense is palpable, as we see Hennon caught between his own reasoning and the court's expectations. Every answer reveals cracks in his compliance, and the audience realizes the gravity of personal choice. The scene also highlights the delicate balance between rehabilitation and accountability. It's a pivotal moment that shows how easily intentions can fall short without real commitment. This part sets the stage for the drama that follows.
And I won't hold you to it only because I know you've been drinking, but why didn't you do that? Honest answer.
Sometimes I feel like AA is more effective because I've done an IOP program before and it's on Zoom. And sometimes I feel like AA and SoberLink is more helpful, especially in person AA.
Okay. Not yelling at you, but I'm just going to tell you, if you could figure it out yourself, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in right now, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If it went just on your feelings of what you thought was best, we wouldn't be here dealing with this part of this, would we?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that's why you have other people kind of guide you as to what you really need to do. I also have a feeling that the program that you laid out for yourself, while you think effective, is actually just easier than doing the IOP, because an IOP can be difficult.
I desperately wanted that Michigan ILP 9 to 1, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I just screwed it up.
Right. But then you also then didn't put anything in place once you had messed up.
Right.
And in fact, if you're going to be honest about it, the stuff that you put in place was just easier stuff so that you could say you're doing something.
That's fair, Your Honor.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it for a while. And that's why you weren't going to go into the IOP.
It was the easier path.
Yeah. All right. Mr. Heenan, let me ask you this. You blew a 1-0. When did you stop drinking? When's the last time you had a drink?
So about 4, I woke up and my hands were shaking. So I drank some high noon. And then at
How much high noon did you have?
just enough till my hands stopped shaking.
Okay, what's that? Tell me what that means.
Like for me, it's like 4 to 6. And then at 7 this morning, when the liquor stores open, I had a DoorDash delivery of more high noon. And I drank again until my head stopped shaking.
And how much did you have that time?
Your Honor, honestly, I just kept drinking until my hands stopped shaking. It was a 4-pack.
Okay. It was a 4-pack?
High noon comes in 4-pack.
Right. And so did you drink them all?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And how long did that take you?
I chugged.
Okay. So that DoorDash delivery at 7, that was the last you had?
Yes, and my hands were shaking, so I've got a bunch of empties, and this is how desperate I was. I would pick up all the empties on my table and see if there were sips. And there was one that was like that full, and I chugged that as well. It wasn't.
What? Hold on.
Sorry.
What time did you do that?
It was between 7 and 8 because I knew I had this coming.
Okay.
I didn't want to come in under the influence.
So at 8 o'clock, from 8 o'clock till, I don't know what time we first called your case. Well, when you went over to community corrections. So that was around 3 o'clock, maybe somewhere around there. Between 8 and 3, did you have anything to drink?
No, Your Honor. It was 2:30 at community corrections.
Okay, at 2:30. But so from when you chugged that half to 2:30, you didn't have anything to drink?
No, Your Honor.
The drama intensifies as Henan details his alcohol binge, drinking 15 White Claws and chugging high noons, desperate to stop his shaking hands. The judge listens carefully as the severity of his relapse becomes undeniable, and the audience can almost feel the chaos in his life. This is raw, human storytelling, personal crisis colliding with legal accountability. Each moment of confession deepens the suspense, showing why immediate intervention is necessary. The courtroom is tense, reflecting the high stakes of his actions. Henan's vulnerability is exposed, painting a vivid picture of struggle and desperation. The scene also foreshadows the judge's next critical decision. It's intense, real, and gripping for anyone watching. The audience is fully drawn into the stakes of the courtroom drama.
Last night, I drank quite a bit, though. I lost my boys in a dispute, and I've been on a bender.
Okay. So, Mr. Heenan, I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm trying to figure out where you are and trying to, when you say you've been on a bender, what were you drinking the night before and how much?
White Claw. I drank, gosh, probably 15.
Okay. And that would have been last night sometime. When you say that you stopped about 4, you said, or something like that?
I woke up at 4.
You woke up at 4. So yesterday you were drinking White Claw. You had about 15
Yes, Your Honor.
for over just that day, that evening?
All day, yeah.
Okay. And at some point, you stopped drinking. Either you passed out or you just stopped.
Yeah, no, I
You
felt
probably passed out.
Your Honor.
Yeah. And then you woke up at 4.
Yep.
And then you needed something else.
Yeah, my hands were
Right. I get why. But you needed something else, and that's when you got the other stuff. Or you already had that.
I already had it.
Okay.
I had White Claw and High Noon. I usually when I'm sober, I'm a fit person. I run marathons and stuff. So High Noon and White Claw are the lowest calorie drinks.
Okay. And so then you switched to the High Noon and you did that, right?
Chugged them.
You're Heenan? Do you think you're in trouble? I mean, just not with the court. I'm not talking about with the court, but just with you and your sobriety.
I do. I have 16 years of sobriety. So I know I can do it. I'm just having a hard time right now with this divorce and losing the kids. And just life is hard right now. I had to resign my job I loved. And it's just been rough.
Okay, so right now you're also not working.
I had to resign to go to treatment.
All right. So here's what I'm just going to let you know that you're going to be staying at the Washington County Jail, temporarily revoke your bond. Okay. And I'm not doing that necessarily as a punishment, but I have no way to release you and keep the community nor you safe. Okay. And I'll just ask you this. You're going to come back tomorrow. Okay. And I'm going to set that for 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. When you come back, and I may ask you this tomorrow, but I want to know right now, what would you like to see happen right now for you?
I would like it to scram, tether, and start taking antabuse.
Okay, Mr. Hayden, is that what you really would like to see happen?
I need some accountability, yes.
Okay, but you also need some help.
Right, I agree. I do have a sponsor.
Have you called your sponsor? No, you haven't. Hold it. Answer my question. Have you called your sponsor?
No, I was too embarrassed.
Yeah. And the reason that you want the scram and the antabuse is because those are sort of easy things that I can do out of sight. Okay. You don't have to answer that.
Okay.
Okay, because I know what's going on. I've been doing this a minute. Okay. Between now and tomorrow morning, here's the thing that you're going to have to do. You're going to need to do the hard work. this isn't going to be easy. And you have to get in your head, because you've done it before, but you have to get in your head that there's not going to be an easy path. This is going to be a hard path for you. And I think you really do know that inside. You just don't want it to come out. People don't come to me whenever they're before me and ask me, give me a hard way to go, Judge. They don't do that, right? So I'm not expecting you to necessarily say that to me. I'm just telling you, this isn't going to be this easy path, this shortcut. And you got to wrap your head around that, right? You just have to understand that. So we're going to try to get something in place for you, because let me put it this way. If I let you out right now, you don't make it through the night without drinking. And you know that.
Not with a scram.
I could put that scream on you. You're going to drink.
The courtroom reaches a critical turning point as the judge temporarily revokes Hennon's bond. There's no theatrics. The tension is grounded in reality. The judge explains that tools like scram and antabuse aren't magic solutions. Real effort and accountability are required. Hennon acknowledges his struggle, exposing the vulnerability behind his choices. Every word heightens suspense, showing the consequences of relapse are imminent. The audience witnesses the intersection of legal authority and human fragility. The exchange is firm but instructive, emphasizing that shortcuts won't work. This part is the emotional and suspenseful climax, where stakes are crystal clear. The scene leaves viewers reflecting on the thin line between freedom and consequence.
I spent.
Oh, you're going to drink.
Okay.
That scram is not a magic bullet. It's not going to stop you. The only thing that scram is going to do, quite frankly, where you are, the only thing the scram is going to do is just tell on you. It's not going to stop you from drinking. Realize that you pounded down 15 White Claws, and then you did 4, then that wasn't enough, and you had to call somebody to bring you more alcohol. Do you think a thing around your ankle is going to stop you after that? No, it's not.
Jail was really hard for me.
I know.
So that alone would stop me.
For a while.
I understand.
But you're going to go tonight. And then we're going to see you tomorrow morning. And Mr. Heenan, you'll never, or maybe one day you'll understand it. I'm not doing it to be me. I don't want to lose you. And I know if I let you out of here, there's a good chance we're going to lose you.
Thank you.
Public cause conference will be adjourning. I'll just also call it a bond hearing. 2024, 9 a.m. Or as your invite indicates. Anything additional?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
All right. Bond will continue. Mr. Heenan? You're looking a whole heck of a lot better.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm just going to let you know. I saw counsel back there. I did not recognize you. That's how well you're looking. I was looking for someone that looked, pretty straightforward. I was looking for somebody that looked very much unhealthy and gaunt. And that's not what I have before me.
Saved my life.
Thank you, sir. So,
Finally, the courtroom moves into reflection and resolution. The judge offers calm yet firm guidance, connecting Hennon's story to broader themes of accountability. We see how compliance can earn leniency, and violations can trigger severe consequences. Each case illustrates that the legal system is precise, methodical, and unforgiving when rules are broken. Hennon's journey highlights the human side of these proceedings: struggle, regret, and the need for structured support. The audience is reminded that every choice carries weight, and the balance of justice is unwavering. It's a powerful conclusion, leaving viewers both satisfied and thoughtful. Like this video if you found this breakdown compelling. Subscribe for more courtroom insights, and we'll see you in the next video.